So we found an interesting factoid between parts that Ripto and Hunter are the same person, and they're also eject from 10.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10.
Wow, you call yourself a dragon? You can't even fly.
I hate you! We just need Spyro to be versed by James Arnold Taylor. Well, James Arnold Taylor was actually Ratchet starting from Ratchet and Clank 2. Oh, I don't have sparks. Crap.
Now you have to physically pick them all up yourself.
Man.
Where's one of the fodder? I gotta find those little penguins. They're penguins in this level.
Well, that's cute, I guess.
Yeah. In Spyro 3, I believe it's a different fodder in almost every level, which is really cute. In this game, there's quite a variety of them. In Spyro 1, I think it was almost always like sheep or chickens or frogs.
Yeah.
In Spyro 2, there's quite a few more varieties, and in Spyro 3, I'm pretty sure each level has its own. So Moneybags just sold Ripto bombs, got thrown out of a castle again, and now is going to sell me how to use a headbutt.
It doesn't come cheap.
1,000.
Seems like an inopportune time to be a spendthrift, Spyro. I'll be here, rest assured.
So, do you need to... I know that it's Spyro 3 where you have to spend every gem you find, right?
That's not
Yes.
true. No,
Wait.
like, you don't spend every gem. You still have gems by the end of the game. You also get all your gems back from Moneybags in both this game and in Spyro 3. In Enter the Dragonfly, Moneybags appears in exactly one level, charges you to use these platforms to go across a gap that you have no other way of crossing, and never appears again, so you never get those gems back.
Well, that's the only thing you have to use the gems for in that game, isn't it?
I don't remember if you need gems to open up any of the levels, but there's only one hub world in that game. That game only has...
Easiest orb ever.
Yup.
They just left one lying on the ground?
It was inside the rock.
A bolt, yeah.
Okay.
Don't know how they managed to stick it inside the rock, but okay. Oh yeah, these one those chests, as indicated by the giant target on them, you need the headbutt to open.
Okay, so it's basically just your ground pound move then, I'm guessing.
Exactly, and
Pretty much.
you keep this move in Spyro 3 just like the ladder climb and the underwater
You
swing,
missed the
so.
gem! That is
come
good.
You have to come back here anyway, so.
That is good, though, that you keep all of your upgrades between games, because that's always something that annoys me in games, is when you learn a vast array of upgrades and then just for no reason, or, you know, even worse, for a really stupid reason, they're all gone. That's part of why I love Banjo-Tooie so much, is that you start the game with every single ability you get from the first game. And if you don't know how, they've got all the tutorial stuff still lying around in Spiral Mountain for you to learn everything again. But if you know how to play the game already, you can just walk to the boss and everything's cool.
If I had to pick a game that hits a good middle ground on that point, it's Jak 3, actually, in the Jak and Daxter series, where your guns are confiscated at the beginning of the game because you're being exiled for stupid reasons. But you get all 4 of the guns that you had at the end of the second game back pretty quickly anyway, and most of the game is spent getting upgraded forms of those guns that didn't exist in the previous game. So it's not like it comes off as an excuse to take your stuff away and keep it from you for the rest of the game. It's more like it's a gameplay related reason for you to hate this asshole, you know.
I know
that sounds pretty clever.
They took my guns.
And I know that you can't, like, start Metroid with the space jump and screw attack or whatever, but it's always... Metroid in particular always just seems the most egregious, because the reasons they come up with them are always so stupid.
In Metroid, it's largely because the stuff is part of your suit. So unless it's a Metroid Fusion situation... losing the stuff that's connected to your suit is really fucking stupid.
Oh man, I got slammed semi-hard into this wall, that makes me lose all my stuff, even though I take fireballs, rocks,
Yeah.
and missiles to the face and keep all my stuff just fine.
I mean,
Oh, man.
in a Jack and Daxter Devil May Cry situation where your upgrades are largely your weapons, losing that stuff makes a good amount of sense because weapons are things that can be taken away from a character. But when you're using an iconic power suit and you're always using the same power suit in different variations, losing the same set of upgrades that you got for that power suit and then finding them again on a completely different planet just by coincidence, always the same set of upgrades, is kind of yeah. It's
They always
silly.
have to come up with some reason for why Chozo stuff is lying around, because, like, the reason is, like, the Chozo left this stuff. So, okay, there's a Chozo planet on Zebes. That's the Chozo homeworld. That makes sense.
Yeah.
SR-388 was also a Chozo planet. Okay. And so was Talon 4. And all the planets from Prime 3.
Yeah,
so
and you know,
how are these guys all gone?
Yeah, so you know, Prime 2 and Metroid Fusion probably to a better extent played it cleverer, where the upgrade system, the change in the stuff that you had, and losing your original suit were kind of tied into the story. Metroid Prime 3 had the same thing going for it to a lesser extent.
Well, Prime 3 also had you start off with some upgrades. You had the Morph Ball,
Yeah.
you had missiles, you had Grapple Beam, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. And it's more just the lore kind of it, because really the only one I haven't played Prime 2, so I'll take your word for it. But Fusion makes sense to me just due to the way that they explain the X parasites, and that the Federation is just straight up making stuff and giving it to you as they finish it. So until they stop, because they're assholes. But yeah,
It's like it's just like. Otherwise, you get another. It's like it's either you have the stupid excuse for taking stuff away, or you have a gameplay story stupidity case like Adam authorizing Samus's gear, or Batman just straight up not bringing his slide line with him.
yeah. You also get stuff like Death taking away your stuff at the beginning of Symphony of the Night, or like I haven't played the game, and I know some people take issue with this, but personally, I find the idea that Banjo and Kazooie got really, really fat and just forgot how to use their moves in Nuts and Bolts. I find that funny and in character with the rest of the series' writing. So I don't actually mind that one. I know some people do, but I thought that one was amusing.
You know, it's more believable than Shantae forgetting how to dance.
Well, I mean, it was like 10 years since her last game. Cut her some slack.
Well, I mean, like, her having to regain her dance moves in Half Genie Hero makes some sense because she lost her powers for a long stretch of time and, you know, regained them at the end of a game. So that effectively pressing the reset button on her abilities makes sense. And there was a whole game of her not having those abilities in between. It's just Risky's Revenge that fell into the trap, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
we
back
are.
here.
Oh, you have to break open the mountain again?
No.
Not necessarily, because you can't just start exit level and keep all your stuff, so.
Yeah, I don't remember why I made that guy. I don't remember why I turned on the bagpipes. These guys, so you have to knock them into the lava to kill them.
Oh, man.
These,
They get
you
to,
don't have.
they get to
Oh, yeah, so
die
the
the death of that one guy from the Tommy Lee Jones Volcano movie.
Repeatedly. Because there's like 6 of them here. So I remember you have to kill a bunch of the enemies to activate the supercharge power-up that you need for one of the orbs. So that's why, so part of the reason I'm going down here is to get the gems. The reason I didn't get these gems before is because it's easier to do it if you just kill all these Earth Shapers, and you do want to kill these Earth Shapers before you go supercharging through this area because they do kind of stand in your
Oh,
way.
is this the level with that skill point where you have to run around a loop for like 10 minutes to get it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, man, that sounds like so much fun.
I did that. I didn't do it on camera because it took me like half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, of just repeatedly trying it.
Yeah.
But I did manage to do it. It was not fun.
Well, how do we know if you did it legit? What if you used the Game Shark Genie.
I actually don't think there's a cheat code for the skill points. There are cheat codes in this game for various things. Like there's apparently
Fireball early.
well that's a glitch. So you can do a glitch where if you have a game and you walk through the permanent fireball power up, and then immediately quit the game and start a new game, your new game has the super flame power up. I didn't do that because that would just make the game like ridiculously easy.
To give a serious answer to a joking question now, especially back in these days when there was a cheat that wasn't a legitimate programmed cheat code, it was really obvious when you saw it in action, because GameShark or it was GameShark for the PlayStation 1. GameShark and other hacking device codes were, well, they almost always came with the implicit problem of making the game highly unstable when you used them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if you put in Moonjump or whatever. I never really had a game. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did have like a GameCube disc that like kind of modified your save files, and the only thing we ever used it for was a friend and I used it for Pokemon Coliseum. We cheated in Master Balls because trying to catch Pokemon in that game was really annoying. So
What the crap? You can do that? That's super. Oh my gosh.
well, you have to
I
buy.
had an extra replay for the DS, so I had like 999 Master Balls and
Actually, now that I think about it,
whatever.
the easiest cheat codes to kind of disguise were usually the ones that had to do with putting items in your RPG inventories.
Yeah,
So-
because that's not like a moon jump kind of thing where you can jump to a place where the game doesn't want you to be, kind of like that camera angle right there. Because that's actually, I did that for when I was recording Crystal for BrainScratch, where I didn't want to, I was trying to catch the legendary beasts, and I couldn't find Raikou. He just wouldn't show up because he's random, and you can't track him until you see him once. So I put in a GameShark code, set it for it to encounter Raikou. I ran away, and then I tracked him legitimately from that point on, because,
That's
man.
as fair as you can make it, actually.
Yeah, the
aside
other-
from just grinding for
The
him.
the other thing about those kind of codes is that you could put them in, have the thing in your inventory, save your game, turn it off, and then play the game without the GameShark active, so you could benefit from it without having the code changes active, which in turn would usually avoid any glitches happening.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this is the supercharge. It's a lot of
Yay.
fun. You go really, really fast, and
Gotta
you
go
smash through these
fast.
gates, and then you probably crash.
Oh man,
crash.
such skills. Yeah, the control's very twitchy when you're doing the
yeah.
supercharge.
And
but
now
you're
we
never
know.
Did I seriously
running.
do that the first try? That lap?
Apparently.
Well, I think I was stunned. But yeah, so the skill point is you go around that loop 3 times. You don't get faster, like with each time, but it's just you have to be very precisely controlling it, or you will crash.
Yeah.
And you saw there were parts where I had to jump, and it's really hard to time your jumps when you're moving that fast.
And now we know, just from that, 10 seconds of gameplay, why it took so goddamn long for them to make a Sonic game in 3D.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy, it's the scientist guy.
The Alchemist, no. I actually
see,
don't even talk to Hunter before this, but Hunter's in a cave to the side, and it's actually pretty funny because his feet are trapped in a block of stone, and if you talk to him, he says, "Just stand still," he says. "I'll turn your boots to gold," he said. "Oh, hi, Spyro. If you have a chance, can you find that Alchemist? He owes me a favor." And well, here's the Alchemist.
Now, now that I think about it, it is actually pretty hard to imagine a Sega Saturn 3D Sonic game that wasn't Sonic Extreme because of the lack of an analog stick. I'm not really sure how you would control a character like that with a D-pad in 3D.
I mean, I guess you could use the Knights controller for it, but that would only just make it
That's
less...
just an 8-directional stick, though.
It is? Oh, I thought it was like a real analog stick. Okay.
No, Knights does not have true analog control. It is 8-directional. I think even the Wii game is 8-directional, which is weird.
Oh man.
I could be wrong.
So the way this guy works,
He runs around like an idiot, and you have to protect
he
him.
just walks around. Like you will see where Hunter is, and he took the most circuitous route to
He's
get
walking
there.
around pillars for no reason.
Yup. There's Hunter. You can see Hunter's model now.
Just go over there, you idiot.
There's this one guy in between him and Hunter, and he just goes around in circles for days.
And you can't kill these guys here because there's no lava.
No, you just have to knock them to stun them so they can't hit him. That took several tries because I had to remember his exact route to get to the Earth Shapers before he did.
Man, at this point, I just imagine you shouting over your shoulder, "Have fun getting home, douchebag."
Yeah, he disappears. Good. I hope the Earth Shapers ate him.
No, I wish Spyro had stopped the Alchemist just before he poured the potions. Like, so, you have any orbs you want to give me, Hunter?
Yeah.
Kick Earthshaper butt? Yes, no.
Yep.
I know it's the lighting, but he looks like he's got serious pink eye at the moment.
Yeah, the lighting's weird on him. His color looks very different.
That is not a set of eyes you want to see on someone who has a bow and arrow in their hand.
Yeah, so if you miss,
It's not really a bow; it's more of a stick.
No, it's about it.
There's
no,
no string on
it's
that
a
bow.
bow and
I know.
arrow.
I'm just making fun of the fact that there's like no string.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's actually true of a lot of games straight up into the PS3 Xbox era where they didn't render the string. Like, I'm pretty sure in Dragon Age Origins, the bows and arrows lack string and just sort of animate as if they have one.
Hey, Hunter's good for something.
Sort of. So he shoots them. You have to head bash them before they stand up, or you fail. Oh shoot! Yeah, look. Oh, I screwed up.
Hunter, just shoot him again.
It's Hunter. Hunter, shoot him.
As long as you're here.
He just repeats the thing. Yeah. So you
Hunter,
have to,
couldn't you?
And again,
Hunter, seriously, you could have just shoot him again.
no one can do this in like a predictable order. They have to go around and knock them down in like a very bizarre order. So you have to remember the exact order of where to go. It's like the lava in Skelos Badlands, the villagers getting attacked by the dinosaurs, where you have to know exactly which of the dinosaurs come out at what time.
At least there,
Otherwise-
though, they're just... It's a more chaotic situation, so it makes more sense in universe for them to be...
Absolutely.
Where here, it's
Yeah.
just like, Hunter, shoot them in the row, please.
Yeah. Hunter, go around in like a single circle.
Here, I was going to give this to the Alchemist, but I'm a bit annoyed at him at the
Why were you going to give the orb to the Alchemist, Hunter? You know I need these.
I don't know. Have you... Do you have any tissues? I'm not feeling so well.
Well, sucks to be you then.
Yep.
You
We
can
are
have fun
almost
getting
done.
home too, douchebag.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he knows how to walk, actually.
Hunter? He just kind of runs
He
everywhere.
he can't walk without those running shoes.
Running
Oh, yeah,
shoes.
he can't find his running shoes. Running shoes.
He
Running
doesn't wear
Poor
shoes.
Ripto.
Oh,
That could have gone better.
yup.
So there's still more to do in this level?
Yep.
Oh no, I forgot about the worst thing. There's a
Supercharge
metal
them all.
Well, yeah, kill these guys because there's also a chest somewhere that you have to use the supercharge to break open. And honestly, I think hitting that chest is even harder than the normal super.
He's too tall.
Yeah, he's stuck. Crap. I can't. He's stuck. I can't kill him.
You done goofed.
I mean, you don't have to kill off. I don't remember if I leave him. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Just bang him into a circle.
Hold on, we're gonna get him in there eventually.
Spyro, use strength.
Oh.
Yeah, push that Earth Shaker all across Victory Road.
Yup.
That's what it feels like.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Gotta get that
That's
chest.
tiny little hole to get into
It's
when you're
smaller.
going that fast.
It's a sharp angle, and it's smaller than the normal challenge.
Man, I just bet
target.
that there have been players who got in there while supercharging but missed the chest.
I think that happened to me. I think you're talking to one of those players. It's very.
I think that's happened. I think that happens to everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're like so shocked that they actually got it that they missed the chest.
Yep. And once you miss the chest, like you can't turn around in that space.
Yeah.
No, you're screwed. You ram into the wall.
Yep.
hmm
So yeah, that's a fun one. Like I know when I was doing the supercharge skill point, there were times where it was like 2 9/8 of a lap. 9/8.
2 9/8.
That's not correct at all.
I say that would be over 3 laps.
Yeah. It was like just under 3 laps, and I whiffed it. I banged against something, and it was like, nah. So, yeah, that's.
And you gotta
what's
walk
really
all,
tough.
and unless if you do it mess up right at the end of a lap, you gotta go and do it the other way.
Yeah, you gotta walk all the way back. The walk of shame. So here we go. Hunter's just standing there like, whoa, Spyro's going real fast.
What's his hurry?
Whoosh. Yeah, you move so sharp.
Oh.
The thing is that you turn so sharply with just the tap of a D-pad press or an analog stick movement.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it makes it feel. And obviously, this is only an issue if you're going such a long way with such a what's this called? With such a narrow passage, and there is some leeway. Like right there, you touched the wall and you didn't immediately crash. But
Yeah. I think I was trying to. Nope. I
Oh,
was trying
you
to
missed.
go over here, but I don't think you can hit that. I don't think you can make that jump. It's still
Yeah, you
there.
could you turn around near the take a longer turn around and go down from where the fawn is at on the upper level?
Maybe.
No, you can't. When you're going that fast, you can't jump up to that platform.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it would be easier if you could take a longer turn around and then aim straight at it, you know?
Yes, absolutely. But no, it really wants you to do it the exact
This
way. So in Spyro 3, there are a couple of levels where you have to chase a thief, and both you and the thief have supercharge, and that is really hard.
I look forward to doing that.
Oh yeah, so one of them you can actually cheese in a really awesome way. So I will be showing that off, but at least one of them you have to do legitimately.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You need to get the full Fractured Hills experience if you're going to be playing this game.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you made me, when we were playing this, you made me do this at least one of the supercharged things. If
I don't
remember.
think so. No, because it was such a pain. Because that was when we had unlocked the third world, and all we needed to do was go back and get the orbs.
Yeah, but we were in Fractured Hills to get the talisman anyway. I'm pretty sure I at least tried the supercharge at least once or twice. Because I remember this section being really annoying. I don't know if I beat it. I might have just said
No,
screw
you
it.
missed.
But
That was clever,
Yeah.
but not clever enough.
Not quite. And unfortunately, almost does not count in getting orbs.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
so right now, all you need to do is just get those last gems in that chest. I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And it's honestly like you could be like, why don't you go do it off cam? Because
Yeah.
because I would have to go back and clear out the level again to A, not bump into Earth Shapers, and B, to activate the supercharge. And I don't want to go into Fracture Hills again.
I
No one
don't
does.
think anybody does. Yeah.